But I did definitely get targeted. There were two administrators at the high school that I went to that, like, I won't name names. But there was one specifically who would kind of like follow me and the girl that I was dating at the time. Because, you know, it's like high school, people like are physically affectionate in public. But I never went that far because, like, it's gross. But, you know, we would like hug and like kiss or whatever on campus. Like, not full on make out, but we were obviously dating and we would be affectionate. And he would kind of like hover like before the bell rang to go to class when I'd be standing with my friends with my arm around her. There were times that I'd be standing with my friends with my arm around her and he would just like stand behind us and be like, but we weren't doing anything that we could get in trouble for, so we were just kind of like, and it was just this weird thing. So it was annoying and I never really gave him much thought. He just kind of bothered me. But there was one time specifically where it got out of control, where I was heading to class and our two classes were different directions. So I gave her a hug and a kiss and I see him kind of walking over and I was like, ugh. So I just went to walk away because I didn't want to deal with him. And I'm walking to my class and a friend of mine runs up and is like, hey, he just grabbed your girlfriend and like took her to the office. Like, I don't know what just happened, but it looks like she's in trouble. And I was like, and then the office called me and I went down there and he was in there with her. And I can't remember if it was the assistant principal or the principal, but it was one of them was sitting at the desk, and the administrator had told them that we were being unreasonably affectionate, that we were making out with each other and groping each other, and that when he came over and asked us to split it up, we got lippy with him, was the word. I didn't even speak to the guy. I saw him walking over, and I was just like, ugh, and I walked away. We did not speak. I heard him say nothing. But his saying was that we were being completely out of control, and then when he was like, split it up, we were like, no! It was super weird. And at this point, my girlfriend is like super mad, and so I just kind of was like, shh, I will handle by being rational. And I told him and the principal, like, if you said to break it up, I didn't hear you, I'm sorry. I literally didn't hear you say anything. I didn't think that we were being inappropriate. And he was like, you know you were being inappropriate, you were making out. And I got a little bit too smart and was like, my tongue was in my mouth. That wasn't making out. Like, it was appropriate affection. And the principal got really mad. Like, I don't know what was going on, but it was basically because I wouldn't admit that I did anything wrong. And it got to the point that he started kind of yelling at me and telling me that I knew that I did something wrong, telling me that I knew that I was being inappropriate. And I was like, no. I didn't do anything inappropriate, and he started like leaning over the desk and being like, you know that you were being inappropriate. And I was like, no, I don't, because I see what the kids do around here, and I know that I'm not being any more inappropriate than anybody else. The problem was that was never defined. What was acceptable was never ever defined, which meant that if someone didn't like something that you were doing, now it was inappropriate sexual misconduct. So, you know, there was nothing in the handbook that said, oh, well, you can kiss as long as your mouths are closed but not open. You can hug for this long but not this long. So when I'm saying I'm not doing anything inappropriate and he's saying you are, I lose. Even though I saw all the stray kids practically making babies in the hallway. So I got upset. Basically, I just stuck to my guns and was like, I didn't do anything wrong. I did not do anything wrong. I was not being inappropriate. And so we ended up getting written up. We both got referrals. And what was written on my referral was insubordination for not breaking it up when I was told to. Not sexual misconduct, because I wouldn't admit to it, but I was insubordinate. And I was like, okay, so it would have been sexual misconduct if I'd admitted to it, but because I fought you, now I'm insubordinate.